So, if I have two kinds of cement, and then I conduct the strength experiment. I conduct the strength experiment. Okay, look at me. I have two kinds of cement, and then the strength experiment I conduct for that.
Okay.
And after the test, I get the strength of cement A is maybe 58.
58 megapascal.
And for the cement B, the strength is maybe
After how many days?
so. What kind of strength grade they belong to? What kind of strength grade they belong to? For cement A, it belongs to what kind of cement grade?
Completely.
58?
Yes.
No.
60.
It belongs to what?
62.5.
Yes. It belongs to 52.5.
Yeah.
For this one, it belongs to what kind of strength grade?
42.5.
Yes, 42.5. These are the strength grades for the cement, Portland cement.
So how we get that kinds of
How can we get what?
compressive strength?
How can we get the compressive strength?
Yeah. Because we use 52.5, but we got 58 MPa. How? So we used addition, we used addition.
No.
So
We just, okay. I get A and B, two kinds of cement. And then for each of them, I conduct the strength experiment. Just for cement A, I put water into it, put sand into it, and mix them, and pure it, and then conduct the strength experiment. And then I get the compressive strength. The compressive strength after 28 days is 58. But if we want to know the stress rate of it, it belongs to about 52.5. Yeah?
So that table that you just from trainer for the
Mhm.
strength requirements, those are the fixed ones for all the cements.
Excuse me?
I'm saying the table that you're from showing us for the strength requirements for Portland cement,
Yeah.
those are the fixed cement strength grades.
Yes, they are fixed.
Okay.
Yes, they are fixed. We only have 6 grades. We only have 6 grades. We only have 6 grades. They are fixed. They are fixed.
I need to know the numbers. Actually, I wanted to ask a question. So we need to know these numbers, all these numbers in this table.
What is
Like
now?
we need to know the strength, the compressive strength of the 42.5 strength grade after 28 days. We need to know this table in short. Like, do we need to know the numbers in this table?
You do not need to number.
Yeah.
What kind of number?
this number.
You want to know, you need to remember
Yes.
all the numbers in
You
this
need to
table.
remember
No. You just remember what I have said. There are 3 questions. Okay? The first one, you need to know what does this number means. It means the compressive strength after the comparison after 28 days. And then you need to know what does this R means. The alphabet R means. It means the early stage is bigger. The early stage, early age stress is bigger. And then we need to know how to evaluate the difference, how to evaluate the stress grade. We need to get two kinds of stress, compressive stress and bending stress. And then we need to know there are 2 A's, 3 days age and 28 day, 28 day age.
This example means always we got to get compressive stress more than strength rate, right? So always 52.5.
It means, okay, maybe there are 3 main three kind of stress grade, 22.5, yeah, 52.5, 60.5. Okay, and between them, if the strength, the compressive strength after 28 days for the cement is between 42.5 and 52.5, it belongs to, yes, that belongs to 42.5. And if the stress is between this, the stress grade is, if the stress is bigger than 62.5, the stress grade of this stress is yeah, agree? And for the hydration height, knowing the height amount and exergic speed. Especially in the massive concrete. What is the massive concrete? Massive concrete means the big size structure, such as the dam, They belong to the massive concrete structure. And all in the cold weathers, the hydration height is very important for which to control. So, maybe there is a discussion how to control the temperature correcting in massive concrete structures. How to control the temperature correcting. What is temperature correcting? If this is a structure, the temperature of the surface is low, but the temperature at the core is higher. It will expand. And the cracks will occur. This is what we call the temperature cracking.
Please say that again, Lord Sheldon.
Not clear?
No.
Yes. Okay. For the massive concrete structure, concrete structure, it means what is massive concrete structure? It means the size of this kind of structure is big. Maybe the thickness, okay? The thickness of the structure, maybe 6 meters. Yeah, the size is big, just like the dam. So this is the massive concrete structure. But if we use the Portland cement for the construction of this structure, during the hydration of the Portland cement, a lot of heat will be produced. Yeah, a lot of heat will be produced. So there is a lot of heat in the inner the structure, and the surface of the structure also have this kind of heat, but it will disappear. It will disappear. But the heat in the structure cannot be disappeared. So there is a temperature difference. Maybe at the surface of the structure, maybe the temperature is just 20 centigrade. But the hydration heat is gathered at here. So the temperature in the structure may be 800. 80 centigrade. 80 centigrade. 80 centigrade. So there is a temperature difference from the surface and the core. And then it will expand. It will expand. How can we control the temperature gradient for this kind of structure? Firstly, we need to look back for the compound of the cement. For the construction of this kind of massive concrete structure, we need the cement, the compound in the cement. This one is bigger or smaller?
Bigger.
Bigger?
Smaller.
If this one is bigger,
The
the
height
height
should be more.
was much more.
Also, it should be smaller.
So this one is smaller. And but the strength, if we decrease the content of C3S, the strength will be decreased also.
Yeah.
So what we can do? We can increase the content of C2S because at the early age the strength of it is small, but at the later age the increase of the strength for it is very, very big. So we can use the cement with higher content of C2S. And for the alkali content, the alkali aggregate is basically for the alkali aggregate reaction. For the in the chapter 3, we have mentioned that there are some active substance. There are some active substance in the aggregate, and then same in the cement. There are some alkali substance in the cement. So if they contact each other, the alkali aggregate reaction will happen. So if the active aggregates are used, alkali content of the cement should be restricted within 0.6%. We need to increase the content, decrease the contents of the alkali in the cement. And then, for the conclusion of hardened cement, yes. Yeah. We want to know what is the corrosion.
I think corrosion is
To the steel.
Yeah,
For the steel. How the corrosion. How
cement be
in the cement. Okay. You can use that one. This is the hardened sand paste. This is the hardened sand paste. In this hardened sand paste, maybe there are, what is this one? Maybe aggregates. Okay? Aggregates. And then maybe these are the, what's this? Hardened sand paste.
Yeah.
This is a hardened sand paste. And besides this structure, maybe there are some what are these? Pores. And connect the pores cracks. Yes? Micro cracks. Micro cracks. Micro cracks. So, if the hardened sand paste contact with the water, it is normal. Yeah? It is normal. Contact with the water. Contact with the water. When you contact with the water, maybe there are some impurities. There are some impurities in the water. And then it will get into the pores with the water. And then some materials in the sand paste will react with the impurities in the water. With the impurities in the water, and it results in the damage of the structure. Damage of the structure. So there are three kinds of damage, three kinds of corrosion for the sand paste. The first one is the soft water corrosion. Soft water. What is soft water? Okay. And denudation corrosion. What's called denudation corrosion? What is denudation? Denudation corrosion. And the second one is the sulfate corrosion. Sulfate corrosion. It means there are some sulfate in the water, and this sulfate will react with the cement paste. React with cement paste. It will result in the expansion corrosion. It means after the reaction of the sulfate and cement paste, something expanded. And the third one is the dissolvent corrosion. Dissolvent corrosion. It consists of many kinds of different corrosions, such as manganese salt, such as carbonate, and chlorine oxide, and strong iron. So there are three main kinds of corrosion. The first one is soft water corrosion. We need to know what is soft water corrosion. Yeah? So firstly, we need to know what is the soft water. Soft water means the content of the minerals, maybe the minerals. The content of the minerals in the water is very small. It's very small. So if hardened sand paste contacts with the rainwater, the lake water, or snow water, or distilled water, and other salt kind of water, containing nitro bicarbonate. Nitro bicarbonate means the content of the bicarbonate is very small. For a long period of time. And the calcium hydroxide will denudate out. Denudate out means dissolve and move out. Okay, just like in this diagram. In this diagram. Okay, this is a pore. Okay, this is a pore in the structure, in the same in the hardness and the paste.
Yes.
Okay, and then this is the water. Is the water, and the water will get into the pores through the cracks, and then the pore will follow the water, follow the water, and because the water is soft water, then there is something, what kind of thing? Something, the calcium hydroxide. Where does the calcium hydroxide come from? It comes from where? How can we get the calcium hydroxide? In the
Water and
acidic
calcium
phase.
oxide.
After the hydration of this one and this one. Because after the hydration of these two, what kind of reaction products we can get? One is this one. Yeah. Another one is calcium hydroxide. Yeah. So in the structure of cement paste, hard cement paste, the calcium hydroxide will dissolve into the water. And then there are two questions. Firstly, if the water is still, what does this still mean? It means it will just stay there. So the dissolve of the calcium hydroxide will be stopped after the saturation. And if the water is still and no water pressure, no out pressure, then the dissolve of the calcium hydroxide will be stopped. But if the water is flowing, means what? It gets in and get out, get in, get out. The saturation cannot be obtained for the dissolving of the calcium hydroxide. So the calcium hydroxide will dissolve, and then move out. But in the hardened cement paste, the calcium hydroxide is solid. Yeah, it's solid. It's solid. So after the derivation, the volume of the calcium hydroxide will become from solid to porous. Okay.
From what?
Okay.
Course?
Okay. At the beginning, the calcium hydroxide is solid. Yeah. So the volume is a solid volume. And then it will dissolve into water. So the volume, the solid volume, will become a pore. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Just like this. This is the calcium hydroxide. It's a solid, but it's dissolved dissolve, and move out. So the solid volume will become smaller and smaller, and then this
Pressure of water
yeah.
is become pore.
Yes, it will become another pore, and then the water will come in
Yeah.
also. So, so the pores after the corroding, the pores in the segment hardened segment phase will become more and more, so that the density of the structure is decreased. The strength of the structure is also decreased. So there are two conditions we need to. If in the still water or no pressure water, the react. What kind of react? The react is the dissolve of the calcium hydroxide. The react is just happen on the surface. Just happen. But if in the flow water or pressure water, and it will keep on irritating and decomposing, leading to the further damage or even entirely collapse. Body collapse because there are follow pores in the structure. They will collapse. So this one is solid water chlorine. Solid water chlorine. The second one is for the surface chlorine. Where is the surface come from? It comes from the water. Yeah, and it comes from the water. The surface chlorine means when in seawater, because there are a lot of salt in the seawater, in the soil, such as the surface. When in seawater, or lake water, or underground water, or some industrial wastewater, just like in some chemical plant, it will contain this kind of surface. Where is the surface from this point?
Underground water means
Underground water.
kind of
Underground water means water in the soil.
water in soil.
Yeah, maybe this is
Soil.
this is the ground. This is the ground, and under the ground there are some water in it. Yes,
Which one?
there are some water in it, underground water. Yeah, maybe if we dig a hole, and maybe this is a concrete structure, this wall is concrete structure, this ground is concrete structure, but it will contact with the underground water. So, I think about the
We
underground
use
water.
pipe.
Uh-huh.
You know pipes, pipe,
Pipe.
concrete pipe.
P-I-N-E. Pipe.
P-I-N-D.
N-E.
Pipe.
Yeah, pipe. Piling.
Oh, concrete pipes. Just like to translate the, yes. We need to dig these pipes into
Deep
ground.
Yeah. Sometimes it's become 100 meter,
Yes,
50 meter.
Yes.
So if we go under 100 meter in soil level. So in one place we get water, underground water.
Yes.
So then what will be effect of this pipe? Underground water, what is what kind of effect of pipe? You understand?
Okay, just like this is a concrete pipe.
Yeah.
And we need to put it on the ground.
Yeah.
Underground. And the ground contact with soil
100 meter
for 100 meter.
in
Yes, 100 meter. Maybe there are some underground water.
yeah.
Yeah, and in this kind of underground water, maybe there was some salt in it, just like the surface.
Yeah.
And it will contact with the pole, with the pipe, contact with the pipe.
So, if this water compared to the pipe, so after sometimes later the pipe will be corrosion.
Correct. After some time,
Pipe will be corrosion, like sulfate corrosion.
yeah. So the pipe is.
So how can get the pipe stayed for long year?
Maybe we can put some painting. Painting.
So how can we use painting in casting sheet pipe?
How can we use painting? What?
Casting sheet pipe.
How can we use painting to protect the pipe? To protect.
If I use their casting sheet pipe, you know about casting sheet pipe. I just I make board and I put concrete.
Yeah.
So how I paint
Painting.
yeah.
Oh, maybe. What does it mean is you mean is constructed inside.
Yeah.
We constructed inside. And another one, how can we protect the pipe?
Yeah.
Maybe we need to use some different cement. Use some different cement. What kind of cement we can use? Maybe we need to decrease the content of it. Decrease the content of it. Because for the chlorine, maybe I will explain later. There are two kinds of substance after the addition. This is the first kind of substance. Another one is this one. This has a reason for the chlorine of the concrete. So when we choose the cement type, we need to choose the cement can produce little substance of this one, of this two. So we cannot choose the Portland cement. We need to choose the sulfate resistant cement. Sulfate resistant.
Yeah.
Use this kind of cement. Use this kind of. So for the sulfate chlorine, maybe this is the sulfate. This is sulfate, and you want to react with this substance. This substance is okay. This one. This substance is this one. It will react with the sulfate, and then crystallization and expansion for the cement. The sulfate chlorine molecules. So this is the second kind of sulfate chlorine.
Cement we can get salted resistance powdered cement.
Class is over.
I'm very curious.
Oh, you will also get salted resistance.
We need to put it on.
There are many chemicals.
Maybe 20 kind of research.